Shalom, the last day of Chanukah, Zot Chanukah. So he says that we know what is so special about the lighting of the menorah. It was a gift to Aaron HaKohen. Hashem spoke to Moshe, say to Aaron, and say to him, when you light the lamps towards the face of the menorah, shall the 7 lamps be lit. So what does it mean? Why is it right after we read the long parasha today? Long Torah reading. And the last day we read the prince's sacrifices, and right away we read about Aaron HaKohen, how he was commanded to light the menorah in the temple. What does it have to do with anything? Why is he right after the princes? So the Midrash says all the tribes gave a sacrifice, all the tribes gave a donation except for the prince of Levi, Aaron HaKohen himself. So he thought, woe is to me, maybe Hashem doesn't want the tribe of Levi. Why was he a guilty conscience? Because he knows that he had participation in the sin of golden calf. So he feels guilty. Maybe Hashem didn't want a sacrifice from me. Hashem told Moshe, go and console Aaron. How you console him? Give him the mitzvah to go and light the menorah. So now the question is, why did he give him the mitzvah menorah? There's a lot of things to do in the temple. Maybe you should give him the ability to go and give the ketoret on the golden altar. Why didn't you give him a different mitzvah? Why specifically menorah? How did he console him with the menorah? And furthermore, what are you going to do when the temple doesn't exist? How do you console Aaron when the time was when there's no temple that they would be destroyed? Hashem, how do you console him? So says the Midrash that says the Ramban actually in the parasha. He says that when the 12 tribes brought their offering and the tribe of Levi didn't, Hashem told Moshe, speak to Aaron, tell him you light the lamp, the menorah in the temple, and your descendants will also light another lamp. What's the other lamp? The other menorah. The Hashmonaim will light the menorah in the temple, the holiday of Chanukah. And all the people in their homes will also light the menorah, and they'll be your zechut. It'll be your zechut. So therefore, that's how he consoled Aaron, which is Levi. Hashmonaim came from Aaron. And it's very interesting, we are not Kohanim. A lot of people are not Kohanim. And what? We still light the menorah. It's an artifact that was in the temple. And you get a zechut to be like a Kohen, to light in your own house, your own menorah. And what? And this is all based on consoling and making Aaron realize that he also has a portion, he also has a gift. And a person has to realize that not for no reason, each one of us also are given this zechut to light the menorah in our house. Now, the Shul Shofar Hirsch, Shalom, he says that why do we light the menorah in the house, not in the shul? A lot of times we do mitzvot in the shul, lulav and the drog. People usually shake in the shul, right? We go and pray in the shul, we go and learn in the shul. Not always do we do mitzvot at home. Menorah is one mitzvah that mitzvah is specifically in the house. Why? As he says, because sometimes people think that they can be very religious when they go outside. And they go to shul, they put a kippah, and they act very religious, and they think it's okay, my house doesn't have to be that way. My house, it can be different standards. Has v'shalom, that you also have to be in your house, just as Jewish and religious you are anywhere else, and that a person has to make sure that the menorah in your house, you have to bring the fire of the Judaism, fire of the Torah into your house, and make sure that you have that excitement and that connection in your house as well. And we have to realize that the menorah represents the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah is in the temple. And we have to realize when Hashem told us to light the menorah, and told Aaron to light the menorah, and really consoled him with this, that the rabbis made it, that we light menorah in our house, the sages are telling us we also have Shekhinah in our house. Don't think that the Shekhinah is only in the shul and other places. The Shekhinah is also in your house. And we have to realize that we have more Jewish people, and we continue to flourish, and we continue to procreate, and we continue to have generation after generation, is a big sign, a big miracle, and the sign that we have the Shekhinah with us, as the famous non-Jewish author Mark Twain, he wrote that like this. He says, if the statistics are right, the Jews are supposed to be 1/4 of 1% of the human race. It's supposed to be 0.025 of, or a little bit more than that, but not even 1% of the world. And what? And the Jew is supposed to be never heard of. Is supposed to be never talked about. It's such a minute people. And what? And he is always in the news, and he's always talked about. His land is always discussion, and the most talked about people in the entire world. The Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Persians, they came, they left, they made a lot of noise, they had big dreams, they made huge empires, and they're all gone. They all disappeared. But what? The Jew survived them all. and now he's showing no sign of weakening, no sign of slowing, no sign of delay. He's rather growing, he's going up and up, and you would think that everybody has mortality, but the Jew seems to be very immortal. And he doesn't know why. He says, how could it be? The biggest miracle he ever saw in his life, says Mark Twain, is this, that the Jew still exists, and the Jew is still growing, and the Jew is talked about all the time, all over the world, as if he's 90% of the world, but he's only really not even 1%. So this is the secret of the Jewish people, is the Shekhinah. We have HaKadosh Baruch Hu with us. And when we light the last day of Hanukkah, we have this last day of Hanukkah going into Shabbat, we should realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us in our homes. We have to bring the spirituality of the holiday into our homes and the Shabbat, and we should use this as a springboard to go and propel us, B'ezrat Hashem, to the rest of the year with a lot of fire and a lot of strength, and to realize that if you think you can't, you have to remember, you could. You know why? Because you could tap into being close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who we can go above all nature. Baruch